Okay, I'm doing an experiment here, testing out my miniatures game for Dreadnoughts. And I'm beginning with 4 British ships taking on 4 German ships. And the British ships I've selected are the Centurion, the Ajax, the Erin, and the King George V. And we can see them here. Let's take a look at the German ships. Okay, as you can see, at this scale you need quite a bit of room. It certainly can't be played on a tabletop. That's the whole idea here. I'm really planning this for can games. So let's see how this goes. We're going to try our first ranging shot now. The Germans are going to estimate the distance and see if they can hit the lead ship. Okay, as an example of how these logs worked, what I've done is I've estimated the distance to the Centurion at 260 centimeters, and that'll be the Posen firing. And let's see what she gets. Okay, well, I'm way off on that one. I really goofed, so I'm not even close. So let's go from there. Okay, for the second turn, the British came on straight, going their full speed of 21 knots. Okay, the German line continued in their turn, and let's get a distance to the British line. Okay, this will give you an idea of the distance. British are quite a distance away. Let's see if we can get the estimate a little bit better this time. Okay, there's our first successful shot. Posen fired at 200 centimeters and registered 2 hits on the Centurion. So let's roll for that. Okay, for this shot, Posen has 8 guns firing. They're 11-inch, and the range is between 16,000 and 20,000 yards. So let's roll the dice and see what we get. So we have a 4, a 4, and a 7. So we certainly have not achieved plunging fire, because we'd need a 1 to get that. But she's rolled a 44. Now let's see about penetration. Okay, now checking the penetration. At that range, she can only penetrate 9 inches of armor. And we can see that Centurion has 11 inches of armor. So both rolls, well, that's for one roll. Let's try the second roll. We still don't get horizontal, but we do have a 66. That's going to be ugly. Anyway, both hits don't penetrate, so we have to check the gunnery damage table. And we rolled a 44 and a 66. Let's see what those results are. Okay, since the shells can't penetrate at this range, a 44 results in a minor fire crossing off 1 hull box. But when you can't penetrate, you do 1 slash. So, and a 66 magazine explosion. Well, you cross off a hull box instead. So we got 1 full hull box crossed off on Centurion. Okay, and we put a little shell splash marker to indicate that the Centurion is under fire. Now let's go over to the other ship, which is the Nassau, and she fired at 210 centimeters. Wow, this is incredible. She's got the longitudinal shot, which shows you crossing the T means something. Anyway, she's got 8 potential hits, and I don't think they can penetrate though. Let's check Ajax's armor. No, it's 11-inch. So those are 8 half hits, which is 4 full hull boxes on Ajax. Very good shooting. Okay, that's not a good result for Ajax. Those half hits, she got 4 full hits, and that reduces her speed by 8 knots. Not good. Okay, and that's Westphalen's fall of shot. You can see she underestimated the distance, so she fell short. And let's go to the next turn. I think the British are going to have to turn now. They can't afford to take those longitudinal shots. Okay, I had the British stay in line, but Ajax is going so slow, she's slowing down the whole column. So there she is, and King George V and Erin have closed up. Now that leaves Centurion. She successfully completed the turn. Now she's facing 4 British or German ships firing at her. Let's take a look at the German line. Okay, we can see the German line there. They successfully completed most of the turn. So they're going to have quite a concentration of fire on the British ship. Let's see how that goes. Okay, just checking to see if my rules work here. Now the Posen fired and she estimated the distance wrong. Her fall of shot actually is here. Now I'm allowing you to correct by 4 centimeters when you fired at the same ship before and hit it, which she did. So even if I correct 4 centimeters here and move it to here, she still misses. But I want that ability. Once you've hit a ship, you're allowed a correction of 4 centimeters. But in this case, she misses anyway. Now Germans, I'm going to build in a correction of 2 centimeters automatically because they have superior rangefinders. Let's see what the next ship does. Okay, when the Westfalen fired, she fired at 190 centimeters, coming close. But even with a correction to 4 centimeters, with 8 guns, you can see she still falls short. Or actually overshoots a little bit. So the Germans haven't done well on the second shot. Now let's see what the British... Okay, I'm still evaluating what the effect of being under fire will be. I want the Germans to have a 2 centimeter advantage for the rangefinders, and I want to build in a 2 centimeter advantage when you're not under fire. So anyway, if you're under fire, you don't get that 2 centimeter advantage, so I might have to make the Germans 4 centimeters. That's what I'll do. Let's go into turn 3, see what happens. Okay, I see I'll have to work out some rules for the turns, because the Ajax going 8 knots technically would always be going 8 knots every turn, trying to turn. So I made it so on the second turn you just begin here and start turning, but I will have to write that down. So the British here are in a bad way. Since Ajax got pummeled, it screwed up the whole British line. And off in the distance there, the Germans are pretty good shape now. They're in a line ahead. They'll have some very good shots this turn. Let's just do another turn or so and see how this goes. Okay, for the third turn, all of the ships overestimated the distance. 185, 186, 190, all over by about several centimeters. And the Centurion did the same thing. So let's go to the next turn and see what happens. Okay, of the 4 German ships, the Westfalen got the closest in the estimate, and because of the correction she was able to correct and get 2 hits on Centurion. So let's see what happens with these ranges. Okay, because the shell couldn't penetrate, Centurion got a half hit. And let's see for her second roll. No, not a penetration. That's a 35, which is hull integrity, cross off 2 hull boxes normally, but because she couldn't penetrate, only 1. So this half slash will become a full slash. So the Centurion is down 2 knots in speed, I think. I'll check my rules. Let's see here. I think it's for every 2 knots. For each full hull box, you lose 2 knots. So she's down 4 knots in speed. Interesting. Okay, this is the last turn I'm going to record. Guess I should move that shot marker here. And we'll have the Germans fire first. They're still in a very good way over here with their line. Haven't even received a hit. And there's our distances if you want to see. I'll zoom out here. No, that doesn't work too well. Anyway, we'll do our last turn here and see what the British can do, because they're not doing too well. Okay, well, all these ships grossly overestimated the distances again. I'm going to have to calculate and get more experience at having the distances fall as the ships close. So this was just an experiment to see what I needed to change in the system. And I can see one thing I need to change is the speed effects of damage. Right now, I think I'll make it 1 hull box as 1 knot instead. So that's it for now.